Hello and welcome to NDTV News. I am Tari Prido Ikidi. The highlights. Governor Doye Diri felicitates with re-elected NGA president. Now Fund cautions students against fake online loan portal. Nigeria Super Eagles, Nigeria Super Falcons defeat Black Queens of Ghana 3-1. And now the details. Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doye Diri has congratulated President of the Nigerian Guild of Editors, Mr. Eze Anaba, on his re-election and other elected members of the Executive Committee elected at the weekend during the Guild's National Convention in Enugu. The Bayelsa Governor's felicitation, which was contained in a statement by his Chief Secretary, Mr. Daniel Alabra, on Monday, said Mr. Anaba's re-election was an affirmation of the confidence reposed in him by his colleagues and media stakeholders. The governor, who commended the process that produced the new exco, urged media practitioners to continue to set the pace as the watchdog of government and the voice of the society. He stated that, as custodians of truth and objectivity, the media must not relent in its constitutional role as the first estate of the realm. According to Governor Diri, the society and indeed Nigeria will make good progress if media practitioners and other stakeholders in the profession play their roles courageously. Activities in Project 2000 at Community Girls Secondary School at Godame PA came to a climax with an exhibition and symposium on drug abuse by officials of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to commemorate the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. The one-month-long skill acquisition program with the theme Changing the Narrative aimed at balancing formal education with skill acquisition, other to change the narrative from over-dependence on white-collar jobs to production of skilled entrepreneurs. The report.
The motivation behind this is just love for my country, Nigeria. And when I came to Bayelsa State, I saw a need to impact into the secondary school students.
That was the initiator of Project 2000, speaking on the motivation behind the project and the also mounted in bringing it to fruition. Knowing the effects of drugs on young minds and in commemoration of the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, the Assistant Commander General of Narcotics, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Bayelsa State Command, Fidel Kokodia, Honorable Commissioner for Special Duties and General Services, Mazi Johnson Onuma, and Vice Principal of Community Girls Secondary School, Mrs. Ugo Priye Virginia, advised the students against drug abuse and also commended the initiative, stating that it will improve positivity and self-growth among students.
Drugs are anything you take into your body and can change body function, can change the function of your body.
Instead of when people will be planning to go to the labor market, you'll be planning to make money and employ more people to join your skills.
It's something every parent should advise children to go into. I gave my children different skills, and today I'm reaping it.
Excitement filled the air as students showed off exhibits of their acquired skills and appreciated the initiator of the project for blessing their lives.
Project 2000 is really a blessing to me. I want to say a big thank you to our initiator, Ms. Gift. I want to thank you all for making me to be a part of Gen 2000.
I really appreciate Project 2000, the initiator, Ms. Gift Shilaka, and my teacher, Ms. Peace. So I'm saying thank you, Project 2000. Project 2000 has been a great thing of joy for me. Project 2000 have taught me how to make different snacks, and now I can be independent.
I'm grateful for Project 2000. They have done so many things in my life.
Just want to thank the project. Thank you so much. Thank everyone and my Kopajen who taught me how to do all this. I love you so much.
Project 2000, with the theme Changing the Narrative, is a one-month personal community development project which is aimed at balancing formal education with skill acquisition.
This conference is actually to cheer our mind towards looking inward and looking for what you can do for yourself and for your country to make it a better place. Instead of running to Canada and USA, that thing you are going to do there, we can also do it here. Yes or no? Yeah!
Tari Prido Ikidi reporting for NDTV News. In a continued crackdown on oil theft and pipeline vandalism, troops of the Nigerian Army, working in collaboration with other security agencies, have arrested 46 suspected oil thieves, deactivated 23 illegal refining sites, and recovered over 30,000 liters of stolen crude and refined products across the Niger Delta region. These operations were disclosed in a statement signed by the Acting Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, 6th Division, Lieutenant Colonel Danjuma Jonah Danjuma, who described the effort as part of sustained pressure to deny criminal elements freedom of action in the region. According to the statement, clearance operations along the Imo River covering Obuzo and Okoloma in Oka West and Oyibo local government areas, Abia and River States, led to the destruction of 6 more sites and the recovery of 2,000 liters of crude oil, along with numerous drum ports, receivers, and sacks used in refining. The statement added that in River State, 6 illegal refining sites were uncovered around kilometer 45 in Degema local government area, yielding over 5,000 liters of stolen crude oil, while at Kula 1 in Akuku Toru local government area, troops dismantled another illegal refining camp with 4 ovens and 4 drums containing over 2,500 liters of stolen automobile gas oil, and 4 suspects were arrested. The Nigerian Army says operations will continue until oil theft, sabotage, and the environmental damage associated with illegal refining are brought under control. Handlers of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund have warned students to be cautious of a fake loan portal with fraudulent messages currently circulating online. A statement in Abuja on Monday by NELFund's Director of Strategic Communications, Mrs. Oseyemi Oluwatuyi, described the information contained in the fake online portal as misleading, adding that the attention of NELFund has been drawn to a fraudulent message currently circulating online, falsely claiming that President Bola Tinubu has directed the reopening of the NELFund student loan portal. She urged the general public, especially students, parents, and guardians, to avoid clicking on unverified links and not to submit personal or financial information on suspicious websites, as she pledged NELFund's commitment to transparency, safety, and fairness in the loan application process, pointing out that NELFund will always make announcements through its verified platforms. Heavily armed officers of the Nigerian police have been deployed to the National Secretariat of the People's Democratic Party at Wadata Plaza in Abuja. As early as 8:30 a.m. on Monday, no fewer than 70 armed policemen took strategic positions around the Secretariat, where factions of the party had scheduled their meetings. The Dalaba Street leading to the Secretariat was barricaded with police trucks. Scores of youths suspected to be thugs who had surrounded the premises were immediately chased out of the vicinity of the Secretariat. Secretariat workers who had entered the premises earlier were quickly asked to leave, but a few who reported later were allowed to stay. Ambassador Tofek Arapaja, Deputy National Chairman South of the PDP, in a news conference held in Abuja on Sunday night, had reaffirmed the party's commitment to holding the 100th NEC meeting as scheduled, asserting that the meeting remains legally binding and unalterable. It was reported that on Sunday night, 2 senior party officials had issued conflicting directives regarding the long-anticipated 100th meeting of the National Executive Committee scheduled for Monday, June 30, 2025. Arapaja declared that the National Working Committee had assured all party members that the 100th NEC meeting will proceed as scheduled on Monday, June 30, 2025 at the NEC Hall of the Wadata Plaza, PDP National Secretariat, Abuja. His remarks come in direct response to a notice by the party's National Secretary, Sam Ayawu, which stated that the NEC meeting had been replaced with a special expanded National Caucus meeting. However, some members of the NEC and the Board of Trustees, including Ajia Mainat Shiroma, who attempted to get access to Wadara Plaza, were turned back. You're watching Niger Delta Television News. On the headlines, Governor Doye Diri facilitates his re-elected NGE president. NELFund cautions students against fake online loan portal. Still to come in the news, Nigeria Super Falcons defeat Black Queens of Ghana 3-1. Details of these and other stories after the break. Do stay with us. Welcome to Niger Delta Television News and Current Affairs Department at the NS Equally Media Complex, here in Yanagwa, Bayelsa State.
One of NDTV's traditional objectives is to disseminate information with renewed vigor. We build teamwork for accountability, efficiency, and accuracy.
Our community reports, eyewitness accounts, current affairs discussions are detailed and competitive.
As NDTV reporters, undiluted report is our goal. We gather the news and bring it to you just as it is.
Our cameras are poised to get in the story behind the story in an in-depth news report.
Our new digital equipment are top-notch with clearer visuals and audio. NDTV is repositioned to serve you better.
Join us on the news every day at 7 a.m., 12 p.m. and our major bulletin at 7:30 p.m. on Channel 25 UHF. NDTV, crystallizing the vision.
Thanks for staying tuned. The news continues. Presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi, has assured his supporters at home and abroad that he will contest the 2027 presidential election and is willing to do a single four-year term as president. He also did speculations that he had discussed or had agreed to a joint ticket with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. According to a statement signed by the spokesman of the Peter Obi Media Reach, Ibrahim Umar, in Abuja on Monday, Obi expressed these views while speaking on Sunday night when he appeared on X Space to answer questions from his various supporters. According to him, Obi acknowledged being involved in coalition talks because of his desire to rescue Nigeria from the drift by aligning with all patriotic Nigerians. On the situation in the Labour Party, Obi explained that he and several party leaders are working round the clock to get INEC to endorse the Nenadi Usman-led Labour Party based on the Supreme Court ruling. While preparing for the election, the former presidential candidate remarked that they would do things differently in 2027 and would follow a non-violent approach. He insisted that the right thing will be done before the result announcement in Abuja, adding that the votes in 2027 will count. The federal government has docked the suspended senator for Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, before the Federal High Court on the first 6-count charge. The embattled lawmaker, who was earlier under the 6-month suspension by the Senate, was alleged to have made false assassination claims in the charge marked CR 297/25. The defendant was said to have made an allegation that some politicians opposed to her were plotting to assassinate her. According to federal government, the lawmaker committed the alleged crime when she addressed her supporters in Kogi State and on April 3rd during a live broadcast on Channel Television Politics Today. She was specifically accused of naming the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and the former governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Yahaya Bello, as participants in the meeting where the plot to eliminate her was hatched. The federal government also told the court that the defendant insisted that both Akpabio and Bello agreed that she should be eliminated in Kogi State under circumstances that would appear as a mob action. She was accused of making false imputation that she knew would harm the reputation of both Senator Akpabio and ex-Governor Bello, thereby committing an offense punishable under Section 24, subsection 2C of the Cybercrime Act. The defendant pleaded not guilty as the charge was read to her before Trial Justice Mohammed Umar. After listening to both sides, Justice Umar held that he was minded to grant the defendant bail on self-recognition. The trial judge said it was not a dispute that the defendant is a 7th senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, adding that the charges against her are bailable offenses. He subsequently adjourned the case till September 22 for hearing. A Nigerian businesswoman denied entry into the United States of America despite holding a valid B-1B2 visa has sparked widespread discussion on the role of social media in immigration decision. Correspondent Williams Bekelway has details of these and other foreign stories.
Nigerian businesswoman who traveled to Texas for trade fair on a valid B-1B2 visa has shared a heartbreaking experience after being denied entry into the United States. According to report, she was detained for 24 hours upon arrival, during which U.S. immigration officers extensively scrutinized her Instagram account. In a video clip she recorded aboard her flight back to Nigeria, the businesswoman emotionally recounted how her social media painted a different picture. They check all my messages with my customers, she said in tears. Our story highlights a growing trend wherein U.S. border authorities are using social media to vet travelers more deeply. I experienced a stirred debate in Nigeria and beyond about privacy, the transparency of visa certification at entry, whether deeper scrutiny of social media is fair or discriminatory. According to report, British High Court judges are set to deliver a ruling today on a high-profile legal challenge brought forward by Al-Haq and its allied group, including Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch. The lawsuit seeks to block the UK government decision to continue supplying components such as refueling probes, laser targeting system, ejector seat for 435 fighter jets used by Israel in its military operation over Gaza. The UK government contend that halting the supply of F-35 parts would jeopardize international security critical defense partnership within NATO. Today's ruling will determine whether the court can intervene in what the judges previously described as an acutely sensitive and political issue. A judgment in favor of the claimant could force a policy shift, while rejection will affirm the government's current approach. According to report, a UK Nigerian care worker, Billy Keshu Olagunju, was filmed violently abusing an 88-year-old man with dementia, Jonathan, inside his home in Betley, Kent. CCTV footage captured the harrowing incident on December 24, 2022, during Olagunju's 6th day on the job. In the video, she can be seen stripping him, dragging him across the floor, threatening violence, and ignoring his repeated cries of pain. Attard was found unresponsive the next morning and died in the hospital 10 days later. Olagunju, 42, who was employed by care agency Unique Personnel UK, pleaded guilty to a charge of ill-treating or willfully neglecting a vulnerable adult. She received a 6-week prison sentence, suspended for 18 months, and was ordered to complete 50 hours of unpaid community work. The case has sparked outrage, with critics questioning the agency vetting practices and the adequacy of training provided to carers entrusted with highly vulnerable individuals. Williams Bekewe reporting for NDTV Foreign News.
On the entertainment scene, Nollywood actress Kidensha has condemned age shaming among youths, describing it as utterly incredulous and laughable. For this and more entertainment news, let's join Kosiso Chukwuemeka.
Nollywood actress Kate Henshaw has condemned the practice of age-shaming older people among younger people, describing it as utterly incredulous and laughable. Speaking in a video message, Henshaw faulted younger people for always resorting to this practice as a way to shame and insult older people. She noted that such acts is more common amongst men. The actress questioned who gave a few people in the society the right to decide and set the standards for age and appearance. She stressed that growing older is a privilege, not a shortcoming, and that it should be embraced and respected. Kate Henshaw also described mocking others for aging as ignorant and disrespectful, adding that such attitude reflects deep personal insecurity. Nigerian filmmaker Joel Kashi Benson has carved his name into history as the first Nigerian to win an Emmy Award in the Outstanding Arts and Culture Documentary category at the 46th Annual News and Documentary Emmy Awards. His win is a landmark moment not just for his career, but for Nigerian documentary storytelling on the global stage. The award-winning documentary, Joel, tells the compelling story of Anthony Mado, a young boy from Lagos whose barefoot period in the brain captivated the world in 2020. At just 11 years old, a 44-second video of Anthony dancing ballets with grace and intensity in a rough, waterlogged neighborhood went viral, amassing over 16 million views. That single clip became the springboard for a life-altering journey, as the viral boy Anthony Mado has since left his family in Lagos and he is at ballet school in Birmingham, United Kingdom. Nigeria socialite and businessman Ezenwale Nwagu, popularly known as Pretty Mike, has opened up about being sexually assaulted as a child by 2 house helps. He explained that he lost his virginity at 13 as a result of the molestation. Speaking on the recent episode of the In the Company of Men podcast, Pretty Mike urged parents to pay attention to their male children as such as they do to their female. According to him, men have been encouraged to come out to talk about sexual abuse and being taken advantage of sexually at a tender age. Chukwemeka Kosiso reporting for NDTV Entertainment News.
In the world of sports, Nigeria's Super Falcons have defeated their long-standing rivals, the Black Queens of Ghana, 3-1 in an international friendly match played in Casablanca on Sunday. For details of these and other sports stories, let's join Ayemi Mien.
In a friendly match in Casablanca, Morocco, the Nigerian Super Falcons easily defeated the Black Queens of Ghana 3-1 in advance of their forthcoming Women's Africa Cup of Nations. In the 17th minute, Doris Boadoa's low attempt missed the mark, giving Ghana their first real chance of the match. Then Chiwendu Ehizio's shot deflected and beat the Ghanaian goalkeeper in the 34th minute, breaking the tie. A penalty was given to the Super Falcons just before halftime, and Ashisat Oswala calmly converted to double the lead. Nigeria's hold on the game was strengthened 5 minutes after the restart when captain Rasheedat Ajibade scored a calm finish to make it 3-0. Ghana thought they had pulled one back in the 55th minute through Evelyn Badu, but her goal was ruled out for offside. However, Alice Kusi scored from the penalty spot in the 88th minute to give Ghana a consolation goal. Despite creating more opportunities, Nigeria was unable to increase their tally. Following that, both teams will concentrate on the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, with Nigeria playing their first game against Tunisia. And in another story, for our remarkable accomplishments and longevity at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, former Super Falcons captain Onome Ebi has received recognition from the Confederation of African Football. Ebi achieved a record in African women's football by participating in 7 editions of the biennial competition. In the history of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, few players can compete with Onome Ebi's longevity and impact. The CAF stated on its official website. An iconic central defender for Nigeria, she remains the tournament's most capped player with 7 appearances to her credit. The 41-year-old centre-back won 4 championships while competing in the 2008, 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016, 2018 and 2022 tournaments. Ayemi Miene for NDTV Sports.
And that's the size of our package, but before we go, a quick look at the highlights. Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doye Diri has congratulated President of the Nigerian Guild of Editors, Mr. Eze Anaba, on his re-election and other elected members of the Executive Committee elected at the weekend during the Guild's National Convention in Enugu. We also brought to you a report that handlers of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund have warned students to be cautious of a fake loan portal with fraudulent messages currently circulating online. And finally, Nigerian Super Eagles have defeated their long-standing rivals, the Black Queens of Ghana, 3-1 in an international friendly match played in Casablanca on Sunday. Thanks for watching. I am Tari Prido Ikidi. Bye for now.